Hello everybody. Just going to check my live stream, make sure it's all happening well here. How are you this morning? I say this morning because, as you can tell by my accent, I'm from Australia. My name's Sharon and I'm from the blog I Restore Stuff, and I am one of Essential Stencil's ambassadors. And if you're watching the replay, why don't you comment replay and you might have a chance of winning an Essential Stencil prize. So there's that. That's a bit exciting. I'm just going to see if I can find this on my phone so that I can see comments. I want to see who's listening today. So let me see. Can't see it on my laptop today. I'm going to look on my phone. Let me know if you're joining and where you're tuning in from so I can see the comments here on the phone. That'd be great. Oh, there we go. I can see them on my computer. There we go. Well, that's helpful. Might have to use my glasses. Hi, Mary. Yeah. And Joan from Florida. Debbie from Virginia. And from Oklahoma. Wow. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. So we have a whole bunch of new fall stencils. And if you haven't been to have a look at those, I'm going to be doing an unboxing today. They're all on essentialstencil.com. I believe they have started shipping for those also. So let me scroll and catch you. Oh, there's so many of you here. North Carolina, Memphis, Tennessee. Anyone from Australia? Let me know in the comments. And if this is your very first time and you've never stenciled before, let me know that too. I'd love to know who's here. And California. Hi, Tracy. Hi, Jennifer. Awesome. Thank you guys. And thank you so much for sharing. Thanks for sharing our live. If you know someone who loves DIY, who loves making things, making crafts, or even who might like to stencil, that's what we're all about here at Essential Stencil. And I've got some fun things to show you. You may have seen them already, you may not. We're going to do a little unboxing because look, it came all the way across in an aeroplane to Australia, a huge package of Essential Stencils and other goodies. So I'm going to show you some of those that came this week. Yeah, let me know in the comments if you've already ordered some of these Essential Stencil products. Ooh, how fun. So I'm going to be using some of these today in our live. And the first thing I want to show you is these wood tags. Now they come with a little string to hang them on things. You could use these for Christmas decorations, home decor. So the fall stencils, oh, I have some in here, some mini tag stencil sets. So they come with those. So we've got a few of those. We'll work on one of those today. So I'll put them aside. Now, any of these on the Essential Stencil site that I'm showing you today, you can get 10% off your entire order by using my code I Restore Stuff. Now that's in the description of our live today. You'll see that there. It'll say all the links. There'll be links there of the stencil packs that I'm using today. But even if you're not wanting to order the ones that I'm using today, any of them, you'll get that 10% off if you use my coupon code or use the links in the live. So here are some of those mini tag sets that I showed you to put on the wood tags. We'll be doing some of those today. Let's do this one today, pumpkin tags. So there's some cute little designs on there. And then we've got the fall collection, fall mini tags. We've got Sweet October, Autumn, a bunch of gorgeous little tag sets there. Let's see what else we have in here. There's another little, it's a 6 by 6 inch stencil set. And it's a 3-pack. And these are the things, there's autumn leaves and pumpkin please. There's a few different ones. Let me read the signs to you. Sweater weather, but I think I love fall most of all. So there's the 3-pack for you there. Oops, sorry, I have to focus. Oops, sorry, camera. Let me just see. Yep, Cheryl said she made some tags yesterday. Good on you. All right, then we have some large stencil sets in my box today. If you've just joined me, I'm unboxing some of the fall stencils that I received right here in Australia this week. Now, unfortunately for my Aussie friends, Essential Stencil's not shipping overseas and internationally at the moment, just to the USA, so all my USA friends are going, yay. Essential has just posted there the links to some of the things that you can find. My link, if you use my code, you get 10% off using that link that they've just posted there in the comments and pinned it up the top. Look at this one. This is what I'm going to use today on a sign. So we've got Fall Festival set, and on the back there's campfire, s'mores, fresh roasted daily. Very cute sign. So imagine that would look great for some fall decor. If you're a sign maker, you will love these for your shop, your antique booth, that kind of thing. So then we've got the sunflower vintage truck set. Oh, I think I might use this maybe next week on something fun that I've got. I've got a stool that I might stencil that on. Looks great. Sunflower Farms, and on the other side we've got Sunflower Market. Who else loves sunflowers? There's a cute little sunflower emoji. If you like sunflowers, find that, pop it in the comments. All right, what else have we got? This is called the Apple Vintage Truck Set. So we've got the farm fresh apples. Oh, just looking at the word cobbler makes me hungry right now. It is morning right here where I am in Australia. It's 10 o'clock in the morning. It's probably night where you are. Who's ready for a bed and who's ready for dinner? Right across the USA, you're probably all at different times. Apple orchards, some gorgeous farmhouse sign stencil ideas here. And among the collection, we have the vertical Hello Pumpkin Porch sign set. So you can't see the full lot there, but it comes with all of the letters to make the words a little hello pumpkin. So I'll see if you can see that, if the camera will focus for me. There we go. So see how it says hello pumpkin right down there. So there's that full set with, again, some gorgeous, oh look at that, I didn't notice that before, that you can put at the bottom. You could use this. Remember, you can interchange all of the essential stencils with so many different other projects, but there's a pumpkin in the shape of these made up with sunflowers. Isn't that just adorable? Oh, I want to use that on something else as well. Okay, we've got the Grateful Heart, Grateful, Thankful, Blessed wreath. And on the other side of that, start each day with a Grateful Heart stencil sign. Those would look great. Yeah, some of you are commenting which ones you ordered or have ordered already. Billy says it's 4 p.m. there in Alaska. So you must have just had your coffee maybe. Or a tea. I don't know. That's what we do in Australia. We have afternoon tea, morning tea, but we usually, I don't know, a lot of us are drinking a lot more coffee than tea these days. I think tea was more of a British thing. Okay, Be Thankful Always set. Again, another 2-pack set. Be Thankful Always. Look, there's that gorgeous pumpkin shape again with sunflowers. Isn't that adorable? And then another wreath that you can use, gather here with grateful hearts. And you can use this wreath on so many other signs. You know, you could put the Be Thankful Always inside, those words inside the wreath, or any other words using so many of the letter sets, for example, that are on the essentialstencil.com website. You can use them inside those wreaths and make all kinds of things. Okay, where's all my football people? And so actually in Australia, American Gridiron has actually become a popular pastime to watch on TV, and there's so many more people watching the Super Bowl in Australia than in previous years. You know, over the last few years, it's become more popular. So we've got football helmet. Now this is a 3-pack, and the other things in here are Friday nights and stadium lights. A fun sign there for your footy fans. And the other one is I'll always be your biggest fan. So that comes with 3 different stencils in that pack there. So if anyone has football fever, these are your stencils to grab a hold of. There's another fall football pack right here with another 3 signs in there. So we've got tailgates, tackles, touchdowns, and family, fall, and football. And the other one is another football and fall y'all. So that's the 3rd one in that set. So I can't wait to get stuck into some more stenciling with some of those things. And there are even more. There's Halloween stencils on the Essential Stencil site as well. So you guys just celebrate fall in so many big ways over there in the USA. Sandy's asking, when will Christmas stencils come out? Well, Sandy, you just have to make sure you're on the email list and we will keep you posted on that. Essential Stencil may be able to answer you in the comments on that one. All right, so today, for today's stencil, I'm going to be using this, and I want to create a little bit of an ombre sort of an effect on this stencil using this old board that I've just painted in some chalk paint in a grey colour. It's actually Artisan Chalk Finish, which is a chalk paint here in Australia. It's an Australian brand. This is just a MDF board, and I just literally slapped some paint on it this morning. It's dried enough, and I've kind of left the edges a bit shabby. In fact, let me just drop you down on here. Donna said, I didn't see this set on the website when I was looking this morning, so let us know which set you didn't see and we'll find you the proper name for the search on what to do with that. But the ones I'll be doing today, if it's this one, it's called the Fall Festival set of 2. So there's that and the s'mores on the back side of it. So for today, I'm going to be using that stencil. Let me grab it out of here first. And then I'll prepare my board. And then, oh no, the first thing I want to do is to prepare my little wood ones that I'm going to be using. Oh, what did I say I was going to use? The pumpkins. I do like the little pumpkin tag set. My wood tags, I do need to stain these. So what I want to do is just show you how you can create a stain out of paint by just watering it down and then staining my, so it's a 3-pack, staining my wooden tags. The cutest. They make the cutest decor. Hang them from your mantle or hang them from, I hung once some from a vase, a really tall vase, and just hung the rope around the neck of the vase. It had a thin neck on it. But these I'll keep aside to put on later. And I'll show you how to prepare this one in a minute. To create a stain, what I'm going to be doing, yeah, Melissa says, I've been ordering so many stencils. It does get a little bit addictive, but hey, what else is there to do in isolation and lockdown if you're in that situation? It can be something fun to do is what is needed, I feel. All right, I'm going to be using this colour. It's a chalk paint again. It's mocha, so it's a brown colour, just to create a bit of a stained look. Tammy says, let's roll for Christmas, Essential Stencil. And Donna's got the football emojis happening. She's a football fan, obviously. Oop, got a little drip here. Oh, Christy got the football set. She got it as yesterday. So yeah, if you're ordering now and you've got your set already, I hope you're very excited about that. So what I've done is I've got a wet brush. You could, depending on how strong you want your stain to look, because I want to sort of show some of that wood grain. Let's work on this one because you can see the grain a little bit better in that. These are just pine boards. So my brush is actually quite damp because I just washed it out earlier. But what I'm going to do is I've put a bit of the brownish paint on there. Then I'm going to use a wet cloth and remove it once I've painted it on. There's a few different ways you can do this, or you can just add a bit of water and water down that stain already. But here we go. Oops, it is a little bit thicker. So what I'm going to do is just brush that on generously. Well, not so generously. I'm just kind of trying to spread it out. And then we can just wipe off the excess. And because this is chalk paint, it will dry a little bit chalky to a chalky finish. So when I'm rubbing this off, I can actually rub the sides with that as well to kind of create that stained look all around the sides. You could do both sides to this. So when we get, and there are still some Christmas stencils in there, guys. So if you didn't get any of the Christmas stencils last year, there are still some on the Essential Stencil site that you can order. But can you imagine doing a 2-sided, so you have fall here and then a switch to Christmas is as simple as turning the table, turning the tag over to the other side. So that's easy enough. All right, so I've still got plenty of watered down paint on my brush. I hardly needed any at all. I could have just literally dipped the bristles in the tip of the paint jar. Oh, hi Sonia, that's a cute emoji. Donna said you missed the set with the football helmets. Yeah, that's a fun one also. Hi Cheryl, thank you. Thank you all so much for your kind hellos and love. And don't forget guys, if you know someone who would love to watch this, you can just hit that little share button and share it around. So when we seal the chalk paint, it will go a little deeper in colour than that, but you can see the wood grain, the lovely wood grain still in there. So that's a really easy thing to do. So we've gone from this to a stain, and it's so quick and easy to do. I'll just dip my paintbrush in there again. You could even do a look at that. It looks a little bit like a weathered stain if I just kind of brush it a bit randomly like that. It'll even out though when I put the wet cloth on there to wet it off. So today I'll be using the Pumpkin Tags set. I just wanted to prepare this before I start on my Fall Festival stencil set, because I want these stained boards to dry so that I can stencil on them. Chalk paint does dry fairly quickly. Joan, you're so excited to be here. I'm excited that you're here. Hi, Vivian. Yes, they would be cute on wine bottles too. That's a great idea, yeah. Bringing a gift to someone, you know, to their home for dinner or whatever, if you're allowed to go to people's houses for dinner. Depends where you are in the world, doesn't it, right now? Just making this really a light stain, so it's kind of a grey wash almost with this mocha brown coloured paint. So there's two. See how quick and easy this is just to stain up your wood. And then just spreading it around with that wet cloth. Can make it lighter or darker depending on how much paint you add to it. Oh, it's not adding much at all, is it? To add a bit more on there. Football is all in here. Go Packers, Victoria says. Oh, okay guys, we've got a bit of football fever happening in the comments. Go ahead, name your favourite team. My husband is from the States and he was born there, born in Idaho, but he's always been a big Dallas Cowboys fan, so if I were in the comments, I'd be shouting, "Go Cowboys." But really, I feel like a complete, don't know anything about American football kind of girl right here. My little Aussie knowledge is not that great. Still need some more edumacating. All right, so see how simple and easy that was to just create a stain using some chalk paint. And I'll just wash my brush off into the water and I'll allow those to dry. See, this one is almost dried already. See how it's a lot chalkier and lighter than these two. I'll pop those aside and let them dry. And we'll use our board here. Now, if you missed earlier, I'm using the Fall Festival stencil set. Now, the other part to the stencil set is this one right here that says campfire, s'mores, fresh roasted daily, graham crackers, marshmallows, chocolate. That's speaking my language right there. Okay, so that is called the Fall Festival set. They're 12 by 16 stencils. My board that I have here is not quite 12 by 16. I think it's almost 12 across, but the 16, it's a bit short. So I could do two options here if I'm stenciling. If I don't want it to be so squished at either side, because design rules would say that to have a good margin around the side of your signs, But I am going to fit it all in today because I wanted to do this a ombre kind of a look using red and yellow, just kind of some fall colours. I just thought, and creating some orange in the middle here. So I've got 2, 4, 6 lines. It kind of makes for even colouring. You know what I'm saying? So I just kind of need to fit them all in. But what I could do is leave off the hayride and kind of centre that a little bit more, just leaving that off the bottom. And could you imagine little tiny signs with just that, you know, just the word pumpkins on it? You could create a whole bunch of little signs, you know, Fall Festival, for example, just using the sign at the top, or corn maze, just using that on a little signboard of, you know, a little pine board. So that'd be great too. But because I want to, I'm going to just squish it all in. It might look a little bit squishy, but that's okay. Now, the first thing I was going to show you is that I did sand off a little bit of the edges here to just give it a bit of a rustic, let me see if I can show you. See that rustic sanded look on the edge there? So I had some brown stain underneath this grey colour, and I've let that show through, and some old white paint in there. So I just want to sand really gently the edges of the board. Oh guys, you are going to town with all of your football teams in the comments. Good on you. So I'm just going to distress this, is what we're doing, a little bit more on the edge. Just allowing some of that other colour to peek through that was underneath here. Some of that brown colour and the white. All right, that's all we need. Just my black cloth here. Oops, I hope you can see that properly. Right. Need to move some things out of the way. Okay. I'm going to start with, just got my newspaper here to partly protect the table, but it's a workshop bench, so I'm not too stressed about getting paint on the table. Mary says, Super Bowl champs, go Chiefs. They were the champs last year, yes. Or, well, earlier this year, whatever you call that, last year's football season. Woo. Okay, so I'm just fitting it here. I want to start with red up here, then end up with yellow down here, and I'm somehow going to create an orange in the middle. So let's see how we go here. Oops, I'm sorry, I've got this in the way. Don't want that to get in the focus of the camera. There we go. Okay, so I just use lids to pour off a little bit of the paint. I'm using, again, an Australian chalk paint brand, but you can use any chalk paint. This is colour Merlot, which is a lovely dark red, like a wine red, I suppose you would say. There's so much team rivalry in the comments there, that's funny. Okay, I only need a tiny bit for stenciling here. And don't forget you can get your Essential Stencil brushes on the Essential Stencil page, and you can also use my code for those. So whatever you add into your cart, you get 10% off using I Restore Stuff code, including the stencil brushes. All right, we always offload our brush. I won't use tape today, only because it's over the edge, and to tuck it in, I'm not sure that that's going to work properly. I want to offload the paint, and I'm going to do red up the top, Fall Festival. Here we go. Just doing some swirly motions, and some of you may be looking at this you haven't stenciled at all, or you may have tried stenciling before and you think, how can she do that without it getting all underneath the stencil? It's because I take most of the paint off the brush, so you can see I'm swishing it and swirling it, distributing this offloading movement also distributes the paint a little bit more evenly within the bristles of the brush itself. These, I believe, are natural bristle brushes. Oh, I believe that's right. Karen says the new stencils get revealed the 21st. Correct. I think that is correct. Are you talking about for the Stencil of the Month Club, maybe? which is a lot of fun. If you have not joined in the Stencil of the Month Club, it's a monthly subscription where you get a set of stencils, not just one stencil, a whole set of stencils delivered to you every month. A lot of times they are seasonal, and you can, add to your collection of seasonal stencils to create all sorts of fun signs and home decor, or add them to furniture. And other times they're just fun themes of things that you might like to use around the house anyway. You know that we've made so many different stencils on all kinds of things, even fabrics. So I've done some tea towels and cushions and some great gift ideas. If you have missed any of our lives, you can go see them on the Essential Stencil Facebook page right here in the video section. So you can find them by playlists of ambassadors, or playlists of themes like Christmas or fall. Tammy says we need our craft fairs back. Yeah, we can't wait till all our events come back, can we? And all the entertainment industry said, yes. Fairs are a lot of fun. But right now we're going to pretend. So we're creating a fall festival sign. And I'm just smooshing all the paint around using my stencil brush, round and round. Just being very careful not to have too much paint on the brush so that it doesn't bleed under and you get, wonky edges. No one wants wonky edges. Joyce says, I love all the fall colours. Yeah, there's some really pretty colours, and inspired by the leaves, of course. The fall colours in nature are gorgeous. Okay, so we've got that deep red going here at the top. I just want to show you a little sneak peek. I'll line it up afterwards, but there's a little bit of a wobble going on here. So you've just got to be really careful of some of the stencils. So the S curl here had a little bit of movement. As I was swishing that around, I felt that movement. So right on those kind of ones, it's probably better to do pouncing rather than swirling it around. So I'll see if I can, it's not too noticeable from far away, but if I bring it up really close, you might be able to see that the S has just a little bit of smudginess down here. But that's okay, we're going to go with it. It's a rustic sign, I say. Let me see if I can point it down a little bit further and move it closer for you. So I'm going to line that back up again, and then I'm going to start with the yellow down the bottom, I think, and then I'll blend the orange, because that seems to me like a logical idea. Okay, putting that exactly in the right space. I've got to use a different brush, but what I want to do with my first brush is just take a wet cloth and wrap it in that so that it's not going to dry out, the paint's not going to dry on the brush. So this yellow colour is the colour Provencal, and it's Australian brand chalk paint. So if you are from Australia, these paints are great. Melanie says, I still get bleeding. Yeah, Melanie, it's just a matter of practicing. Are you using a good stencil brush? Are you offloading enough? Like sometimes you think, oh, I've got no paint on my brush, but then you try it and it actually is enough to use. So maybe just try less on your brush and always practice, guys. I'm always encouraging. Oop, it's got a little bit of dry paint there. Oop, there we go. Got our yellow. Another stencil brush. Right. And then I'm going to mix the yellow and the red to make some orange once I've got this sorted. Yeah, I always encourage you to practice on a piece of cardboard or on a newspaper, or, first before you do it on your real thing, like your real sign or your real furniture. I'm going to go with yellow right down the bottom here on the words hayride. And so we've got two here. This will be orange, this will be yellow. Right, I'm organised. I know what I'm doing. So we're doing two, yeah. Yes, that's correct. Two. Sharon. Anyone else talk to themselves while they're crafting? That's the way I organise my brain. Some little swirly motions and a bit of pouncing. Hopefully I offloaded enough. I felt like I might have had too much paint on my brush then. We'll see, all will be revealed. Oh, Joyce, that's lovely. She helped her granddaughter and her kids make a few signs. They loved it. Even the 7-year-old did several. That's amazing. Hey, you get yourself some little workers there. You'll be able to have a great stash for Christmas gifts or a sign making stall or something. So that's amazing. Sometimes I feel like I don't have to rub in every single area of the brush if I'm doing a rustic sign. I'll kind of leave it just a little bit rough and not so much all filled in, if that makes sense. Just a bit of roughness. Okay, so I'm going to go up and down a little bit on these with a little bit of movement. Oh, I can feel that just moving a little bit there. Just being very careful to keep it still. Hoping this yellow stands out against the darker grey that I've got under there. Hopefully it will be not too bad. You can pounce or you can swirl. I'm just being really careful around some of these letters that have the centre without a bridge on this side. So the little bridges are the things that hold the middles of your letters in place so that you don't have a big blob in the middle. They've got to have that gap, you know. Alrighty. Now some of this I feel like I'll just kind of blend that together with the other colour as we make the orange. Haven't even made the orange yet, so that's going to be an experiment for me. Oops, I feel like I've got too much on my brush there. I'm just going to pounce it around a bit and then come back to swirl it. There we go. Practice makes perfect, guys. Yes, someone likes apple cider. Is that Kimberly? Yeah, I was saying before you can make them into separate little signs, you know. You don't have to cut the stencils, just put a piece of card or paper over that area, you know, like just block it off as you're stenciling and you're good to go. All right, you're just lifting that so you can have a little look. It doesn't stand out too big, but you can still see it. It's looking good. All right, in the center here is where I want to create my orange, so I'm going to use these two colors that I have already there. Wondering if I can kind of mix them on the, maybe I'll mix them in here. And I can always add more of another color if I need to. So adding my yellow to my red. Let's see what we get. I haven't mixed this yet, this color before, so hopefully I get orange. That is the color rule, isn't it? Yellow and red makes orange. Oh, it's a bit of a corally orange. Maybe I need more yellow. Can you see that? Looks more like a corally orange. Wipe that off on the edge. Let's see if I can get a little bit more yellow in there, or even use my maybe I'll bring some of that over here. Colour mixing. Okay, it's kind of orange. We'll go with that. It's not pumpkin orange or anything, but oh, we're getting there. It's kind of like a terracotta orange, but you know, Practice mixing until you are happy with the way that your colour looks. Tammy says she talks to herself all the time, even when you're not crafting, yeah. Thanks, you're making me feel better now. All right, so that's a good enough orange for what I want to do with it. I'm going to just wipe off all the excess on the side there. It's a lot of paint. And again, rub off the excess on the brush onto the paper on the side here. Now I'm going in the middle with pumpkins and corn maze. Oh, this is a lot on the brush. Hopefully I'm not getting it too far under the stencil. This one seems to be going really quickly. I do have my brush loaded with lots of paint all up in the bristles, but it's not too bad, you know, it's not too much paint on the brush. Okay, this is a cute font, this Corn Maze. It's got some lovely sharp edges. It's a bit of fun. Oh, adding a little bit more there. Painting my nails as I go. Whoops, sorry guys, I've just got to scroll up here. I think I'm missing half your comments. Okay. This is almost like a handwritten font, this Corn Maze one. I like it. All right, so what I want to do now is I feel like I want to kind of just touch the bottom of the reds here with that orange to make it look like it's sort of blending just on the bottom section, and then I'll do the same with that down there, blending that into the yellow. Oop, a little bit speckledy, a little bit too speckledy, Sharon. Oh, once again, that S was a little bit wiggly. All right, let's see how that looks. Do a little bit of a reveal here. So I've just gotten the bottom. Oh yeah, that's looking okay. I'll show you a close-up soon. Don't get too excited. Didn't want to just move all my placement here. Now I'll get that orange again. Oh, I'm getting paint everywhere. Grab some of that orange again, and I want to blend it down into the apple cider words, just slightly. So I'm just going to touch the top of them, excuse me. Just, you can see what I'm doing there, just touching the top of the word apple cider, as if the pumpkins kind of just blended down into that. Now remember, you can always add that shadow effect underneath if that's not popping out as well on the colour that you've put it onto. So I could have put a white underneath to sort of make it pop a bit more. Let's have a look. Ta-da! And I'll clean my stencil as soon as possible so that it doesn't all dry out. But let me see if you can see that, how we've just sort of blended the fall festival. And then as we come up, you can see the apple cider and the hayrides are all yellow. So there you go. So it's just kind of got those fall colours blending a little bit all together. So that will be a fun sign to do. So to clean your stencils, just use a wet cloth. Oh, and I might have to just have mine soak a little bit. Because I did that first part, the red, so long ago, you'd think that might take a little bit more to get it off. I'm just being really careful with those stencil pieces and the bridges so that you're not going to ruin it. To just do this really gently. And sometimes I'll just lay the whole cloth over the top, wet it a bit more, lay it over the top and get those edges really soaked. I hope you liked that idea. I'm just going to make my next little project right now is the mini tags. So I'll work on the rest of that a little bit later. I've got my bucket of water down here. I can just lay my cloth over the top of it, and that'll be getting nice and soaked. And I'm finished with those colours, I think. Oh, maybe I might need to use that orange for our pumpkin. All right, so my tags, mini tags, if you missed the earlier part of the live, I've stained those just using some chalk paint. So I've wet the edge. And I wanted to show you the mini tag set. So all the links to all of these are up in the description of the live. This is the pumpkin tags set. Most of the mini tag sets are in 3 packs. A set of 3. Can you hear the birds outside? It is spring here, you guys, in Australia. The 1st of September is always the first day of spring. That's just makes it easier for us to remember when the actual start of spring is. So those are rainbow lorikeets you can hear, if you can hear those outside chirping away. They're getting excited because it looks like it's going to rain. All right, Hello Pumpkin. We have Hello Pumpkin. And we have the Pumpkins truck. And we have But First, Pumpkin Spice. Aren't they gorgeous? So, and they fit perfectly on those tags. Now, another thing that I like to do is use the black cardstock. You can either use it for blocking, so if you want to do this one colour and then this another colour, you can stencil while you're blocking that. Or you can also use these as gift tags themselves and put your stencils on there and then simply cut here, punch a hole right here, and you've got yourself a lovely gift tag. So these are brilliant for decorating, as like someone said before, a gift idea for hanging them on, you can put a little ribbon in there, hang them on a bottle of wine or something, or if you're going to, take a gift to someone, great idea. So let's just start with one. We will do Hello Pumpkin and we will use that lovely orange colour. So hopefully that'll stand out. Now the wooden tag set do come with 3 ropes to attach at the end so that you can pop those on. Just using our orangey colour that we've created earlier. And you could tape these down too. I'm just going to hold that really tight with my hands. There we go. Got our orange pumpkin. And you can fill in details with a little tiny detail brush later. Like you might want to do the stem of the pumpkin a dark green or a dark brown or something similar. And all it takes is a little swirling around and you've got yourself a gorgeous Hello Pumpkin sign on a stained block of wood. Now, see how that doesn't stand out really, really brightly? What we could do is add a white shadow. No, this could be the shadow and I can add white on top of that. So I'll let that dry just a minute while I'm doing some of the other tags, and we might try that because having it really stand out makes all the difference. So let's just go with another one. Once again, see how quick it is to wipe them off when you've just finished stenciling. It's a lot easier to wipe your stencils off. Our next one, let's try a white colour on that dark stain. Just going to pop it on this purple lid. This is the colour Travertine and it's in the Artisan chalk paint. Just a tiny drizzle is all I need. Seems like forever till it comes out of the pot. There we go. And using a different brush, And I'm going to just pop that in this wet cloth, even though it's a bit dirty now with paint, it still will keep it dry. Okay, just wet the bristles with the paint, just the ends and the tips of the bristles, remember. Okay, so I'm trying not to get this on anything else. It may get a bit of newspaper print on it. In fact, I don't even know, but we're just going to go with it. All right, here's the word pumpkins and then the pumpkin truck. I'm just doing this in the white colour, holding it really tight there with my fingers and just doing a little bit of a smoosh in the tyres, getting it right in there. Okay. I just notice how I do like a pounce and then a little, it's kind of like you're mushing it in. We have so many lovely technical terms. Smush, mush, pounce, wriggle, just kind of wriggling the brush. You want to get it into the wood and you want to get it. Now, I'm hoping I didn't have too much on my brush right up here for these pumpkin words. It's looking a lot brighter than it is down there. Or maybe I can just push a little harder for those ones down there. Let's see how much that turned out. See how much brighter that turned out than the orange on that. But now that we've got white on our brush, and this is pretty much dry, I'm going to do a little white on that and just shift it slightly so you can see how a shadow effect works. But I'm quickly going to wipe off my white paint off the stencil. Okay, here's our Hello Pumpkin sign again. So to make a shadow, remember how to do this? Who remembers? That's exactly over the top of it, but I want to shift it slightly across and slightly up. So you probably can't tell, but I've just shifted it slightly across and slightly up. That's how we're going to create a shadow effect. So the orange colour is going to be the shadow and the white is going to be on top. So just going to pop that same white, holding it really still again. Once again, you could probably tape this. Here we go. Just trying to determine first how much I have to push the brush into the stencil and how much I can just see if I can leave that there alone. Haven't moved it. Just needed a bit more on my brush to be able to show that up for you. But once again, like practice, guys. Practice, practice. Just practice on a piece of cardboard or practice on a piece of paper. I'm going to see if I can turn this around, holding it really still, because I think it'll be easier to hold it down with my hand if I can. Well, it's turned around. Ooh, lovely white pumpkin. It's going to look great. I can imagine a little ombre pumpkin would look nice as well. Okay, let's see if that worked out. There we go. So, can you see there the orange shadow in the background of the Hello Pumpkin? Now remember that this is chalk paint, so the stain is kind of looking a little bit greyish and chalky, but you can see the little wet patches here where I've probably had a bit of wet fingers or something and popped on there. It'll go dark and deep like that when we put a sealer on it. So I'll wait for that to completely dry and wax it later. So stay tuned and watch for the photos of that. And I might pop some photos in the Stencil of the Month Club of the finished product so that you can see. So see the difference here? There's just plain white, and we tried the plain orange, but it was just not standing out well. So I added the white on top to create that shadow look. So what we could do is try the opposite and try the orange as a shadow on here. And I might just try that with the word pumpkins, and see if that can just show you how it can stand out just a little bit more than just plain orange on the board. So once again, to make the shadow, I've got it exactly over the spot, and then I'm going to shift it slightly across and slightly up so that then the white becomes a shadow. Now for this one, I don't want to paint the pumpkin truck, I just want to paint the words in orange to see how that might work. And here's our orange here that we were using earlier. I'm just going to wrap my white in the cloth and dip this in the orange again. Offloading, offloading. Yeah, someone said they like the white better too. So we're just experimenting, guys. Live here at Essential Stencil. It's all about experimenting. It is with me anyway. Half of the time I'm winging it, guys. I might look like I know exactly what I'm doing. Never made orange before with these two colours, but hey, today we did it. Well, got to keep it real, don't we? Okay, so I'm popping the orange over the top of the white, but remember I've shifted it slightly to one side and slightly up so that the white becomes a shadow under the orange. So whatever colour you want to be your shadow, that goes on first. All right, we'll see how that looks. So now the word pumpkin still stands out, but see how the white is now a shadow because I shifted it slightly to one side and then slightly up, just for something different. So now the pumpkins kind of stands out a bit, better than it would if it was just plain orange. You've got that added white shadow. So everyone loves that shadowy effect. So there's the orange as a shadow underneath the white, and this one has the orange on top with the white as a shadow in just the words. Those words I've created, the shadow looks a little bit larger than the shadow that I created on this one, doesn't it? But yeah, experiment with your shadowing. And you can see how I didn't do the truck, but I did the top. You could do that the other way around and make that an orange shadow underneath and have the white on top and the plain white truck. All of those. And let's just do this last one here really quickly before. And don't forget, guys, if you're watching for the first time, Essential Stencil gives away prizes at the end of the live. So don't forget to comment, share, love, like, and all of the rest of it. And in a little minute, when I finish this, they'll be announcing 3 prize winners. So our last one to do is, but first, pumpkin spice. Oh, I love me some good pumpkin spice in anything, really. Does anyone have the pumpkin spice candles, pumpkin spice lattes, all of the things? All right, what should I do? I think I like this look. How else can I change that up? What I did want to try was just some of this orange at the bottom of the pumpkin and doing like a bit of an ombre look. Let me try that. Might not stand out as well. And then adding the white on the top so that it looks like it's got a bit of speckledy pumpkin. Well, that could be fun. And I'll just make the words white. Oh, I like this font at the top here, but first it's that Ray Dunn font again. It's always very popular. Adding a bit more white to my brush. Don't forget to use my code IRestore at Essential Stencil for your 10% off. And also, if you want to join the Stencil of the Month Club, it's now 50% off your first month if you use my code IRestore. That's a great deal, guys. Especially leading up to Christmas. I don't know what they're planning, but I know that their Christmas stencils are always really amazing. And so Stencil of the Month Club is about to get really great. So you can join there today and your first month is 50% off using my code IRestore. I would love to see you guys over on my page IRestore, or Instagram or Pinterest or YouTube. I've got lots of YouTube tutorials, furniture painting and all that kind of thing. And I also teach and coach hobby to business owners. So if you have started a little business and you want to grow it, you want to grow your social media, I would love you to join me in my VIP club, my I Restore Stuff VIP club. And up in the comments, up in the description of this live, I've added a link to where you can get on the waiting list, because I'll be opening that up in a couple of weeks for you to join me. If that's you, if you make signs for a living, or maybe it's your side hobby, side hustle, I'd love you to join me. So we have a lot of fun in our private Facebook group. We practice going live on Facebook. We practice all kinds of fun things. Okay, there it is. But first, pumpkin spice. And what I've done is create a little ombre pumpkin down the bottom there. How's that? So I didn't prepare the sealer to do on this, but I can show you in the pictures later on how we can seal all three of these. So if you missed the very beginning of our live, let me just clean off my stencil and I'll show you, but get ready to see who the winners are. Essential Stencil's about to pick them. And here's our live from earlier, our first project, So we've got the 3 tags, we've got our fall festival sign set. Remember, that comes with it comes with 2 stencils, this one and the campfire s'mores stencil as well. So much fun with all of those fall stencils that are on the shop now. Grab my link in the description. And I'm looking now, drum roll, for the winners. And Essential Stencil will announce them. We've got our little mini tags, don't forget those. There's plenty of those in store. Oh, have they announced them and I have missed? Where are we? There we are, guys. I'm so sorry I missed that. Our winners today are Cloma Fowler, Billy Clem, and Elizabeth Kernet-Carnell. So Cloma, Billy, and Elizabeth, congratulations. You're the winners of Essential Stencil prizes today. And if you are watching the replay, remember to comment replay in the first 24 hours after this live finishes, and you could be a prize winner too. And those people will just need to send your details to support@essentialstencil.com to claim your prize. Let them know your details. So I will see you next week for another live, and I think that I'm going to be working on a little stool. I love the idea of, where is it, that one of the stencils here that I thought was amazing, like the sunflower farm. Look at that one. I'm thinking one of these for next week, guys. Just stay tuned. That's what we'll be doing. All right, thank you again so much for watching. See you at I Restore Stuff on any of my socials. Come and visit me there. Bye, guys.